News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, new charges are added in a child abuse case, and area veterans are invited to an expo. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
The Sheriff's Office rearrested a defendant in an existing child abuse case. It's Thursday, March 5th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, Judge Lisa Shamley increased a bail amount today for one of the defendants in a child abuse case involving 4 defendants. Defendants Vicky Bockley, Mickey Cagle, Eric Garcia, and Danny Hicks appeared at the Nye County Courthouse today in front of Judge Lisa Shamley. Combined charges on all 4 include child abuse or neglect, lewdness with a child, sexual assault, bestiality, and child pornography. The 4 were arrested on February 5th of this year at a home on Savoy Boulevard here in Pahrump after a doctor reportedly told police that they believed the children in this case had been molested. The Nye County Sheriff's Office have made it clear that this investigation into this case, which involves several children, is continuing. The judge today commented that there is 18+ electronic devices that are now being forensically analyzed and that the data of those will be complete and submitted to the court in the coming weeks. Attorney Jason Ernest for Mickey Cagle voiced his concerns to the judge when Mickey Cagle was rearrested again yesterday for 2 new charges related to the existing case. The charges are for possession of visual pornography and promotion of sexual performance of a minor. Attorney Ernest expressed that the arrest wasn't necessary and that he believes the charges should have been amended instead. After a discussion, Judge Shamley increased the bail amount for Mickey Cagle from $200,000 to $250,000. Attorney Tom Gibson withdrew as counsel for the defendant Eric Garcia, stating that Garcia believed he could pay attorney fees, but that fell through. The case for all 4 defendants has been continued until March 31st at 10 a.m. for a preliminary hearing. Well, an 18-year-old student at our local high school allegedly threatened 2 other students with a knife. On March 2nd, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a report of a weapons offense that occurred at Pahrump Valley High School. According to the report, school staff had received several anonymous tips that a student who's been identified as 18-year-old Tyler Jackson of Pahrump brought a knife onto the school campus. Police say that when Jackson arrived at the office, a 6-inch bladed knife fell from his sweatshirt. The knife was then seized by school staff until deputies arrived. During the investigation, it was learned that Jackson had allegedly threatened 2 juveniles with the knife. They say that one of the juveniles asked Jackson to leave them alone, and that is when he allegedly brandished the knife and threatened both of them. Jackson was then arrested at that time and charged with possession of a dangerous weapon on school property, drawing a deadly weapon in a threatening manner, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, and 2 counts of child abuse. And a Pahrump man is under arrest and facing several charges in connection with a domestic disturbance off Calvary Street.
Lloyd Haynes was booked into the Nye County Detention Center on charges of assault with a deadly weapon, resisting a public officer, and providing a false statement to obstruct a public officer. Nye County deputies were called to a domestic disturbance in which the reporting party stated Haynes had threatened her with a machete. When the first responding deputy arrived at the home, they observed a man, later identified as Haynes, sitting on a dirt bike inside the garage. Before they could speak with him, he took off. Officers caught up with Haynes a few blocks away after he ditched the dirt bike and took took off on foot. They initially tased him, but his thick jacket made the taser ineffective. Deputies say Haynes ignored commands to stop, and they then tackled him to the ground. According to the arrest report, deputies then spoke with the victim and a witness who described 2 separate altercations involving Haynes. The victim told deputies Haynes had attacked her from behind and threatened her the day before. The day of his arrest, the victim says Haynes assaulted her again and made a threatening motion with what she described as a red-handled machete. Deputies eventually located a red-handled screwdriver that was approximately 8 inches long. Haynes invoked his right to remain silent.
News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Well, this just is breaking news that came in this afternoon. There was a 2-vehicle accident down there at Kellogg and Quarter Horse. There was one person said to have received head injuries. They declined to be transported to local medical facilities, and we'll have more on that story on tomorrow night's broadcast. Right now, let's go to Angela Miles with today's financial news.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, tracking coronavirus updates. The Fed says aircraft companies and solar equipment manufacturers are now dealing with a decrease in demand due to the outbreak. On Wednesday, executives from the airline industry met with President Trump to address safety strategies. Well, it's official. General Motors is all in on taking on Tesla. GM rolled out its next generation of all-electric vehicles on Wednesday. The automaker plans to invest more than $20 billion in producing electric and autonomous cars and trucks from now through 2025. GM will also manufacture a new battery with a driving range of 400 miles or more. And Americans are in a mad dash to refinance mortgages. The Mortgage Bankers Association reports a 26% surge in weekly refi applications.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, if you live here in Nye County and you own a dog or a cat, it's important to register and obtain a license for your pet. Desert Haven Animal Society is the agency that issues those licenses, and they want everyone to know about the benefits of registering your animals.
So we've made up flyers that we're going to be dropping off to all of the different animal adoption areas like the rescues, Never Forgotten Paws, all the vets that give out rabies shots, and letting them be aware that they have to bring the rabies vaccination down to Desert Haven so that we can then register their animal. It helps out with knowing that there's a way to find your dog. If we get a dog that has a license that we get in here, which we get a lot of dogs in here, and we can track the person down, sometimes the animal control can actually take it right back to them instead of have to bring it in here and have a fee of up to $85 to get their dog back. Exactly. So we're trying to drop that off at all of the vets and adoption places. And if cats get done at Tales of Nye County, absolutely. Any cat that gets done there, bring their rabies certificate and their proof of spay and neuter into us with their newly adopted and rabied cat, and they'll be registered too, and we'll help them find their cats easier.
Thanks so much for that information, Sherry. Well, for a spayed or neutered dog or cat, a 3-year license is just $15. You can register your animal by visiting Desert Haven Animal Society. They're located at 1511 Siri Lane, right behind the Nye County Courthouse. They're open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 5. For more information, check out their Facebook page. Well, the Committee for Veterans Issues is preparing for a big event that helps local veterans. Class Sanders spoke with News 25 about the 4th Annual Veterans Extravaganza and how it provides local veterans a one-stop shop for resources they may need.
Tomorrow we have an information forum for veterans. Okay, it's called the Veterans Extravaganza, where veterans can come there and find out about their benefits, and what's entitled to them. It's at the Bob Roof Center, and it starts at 10 a.m. and it ends at 2 p.m. It's open to the general public. There will be finger food there for the veterans and their family. We have about 42 vendors that's coming there. We call them our sponsors. Okay, they give their time freely. They're like volunteers and efforts, and they come there to share information with the veterans. This extravaganza started in 2017. Okay, our original sponsor was James Oscarson, Assemblyman, but now our sponsors are State Senator Pete Gorchia and Assemblyman Greg Hafen. So we appreciate that they're sponsoring our event, and we have like 12 people on the committee, and they all Parumpians that help put this together.
All right, can't wait for that tomorrow. Well, we are going to go with Laura Dawn right now with news across the Silver State.
The USDA is financing loans through the Electric Loan Program to help improve and build more electric infrastructures in rural areas. The estimated total of lines that will be produced and improved is greater than 9,750 miles worth in rural residential areas. This being only a portion of the $900 million that they plan to invest into rural electric lines and smart grids that react to local changes in electric consumption. This investment will currently affect 16 states, Nevada being one of the 16 that will benefit. Death Valley is seeking public viewpoints on how to remove and prevent future incidences of off-road vehicles that are driving on our delicate park land, along with creating damage to cultural landmarks. The National Park Service has submitted an application for a grant to restore the current damages and help prevent more off-road driving by providing visitor education and law enforcement. The public is welcome and encouraged to leave a comment on the preliminary grant application form March 3rd through May 4th. To leave a comment, visit OHMVR's website. The 2020 elections are coming up here shortly, and that means it's robocall season. Now CPR call blockers are warning that some robocalls are more informative, but some are not. Often, robocallers are trying to sell you something or even scam you. To avoid falling victim to these calls, all you need to do is hang up your phone if you doubt why someone or a company has any reason to reach out to you. You can also sign up for the National Do Not Call Registry, which you can do by calling 888-382-1222 or visit donotcall.gov. I'm Laura Dawn, and this is your news across Nevada.
Thanks, Laura. We'll have your Cleveland Clinic report right after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, it's that time of year again. This Sunday, March 9th, we spring ahead by moving our clocks forward by 1 hour. But can 1 hour of lost sleep really impact how we feel? Erica Foreman has more on how to prevent feeling sluggish in the days after the time change.
Daylight saving time means gaining light in the evening, but losing an hour of sleep. Dr. Harneet Walia of Cleveland Clinic says people who struggle to get a good night's rest will feel it the most.
We as a society is already sleep deprived. A normal person requires at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep on a daily basis. And we know that majority of us don't get that much amount of sleep.
Luckily, the time change doesn't come as a surprise. So there are things we can do ahead of time to minimize the impact.
We recommend few days earlier the time change is supposed to occur, start going to bed 15 to 30 minutes earlier than your usual time. That way your body will adapt slowly but surely when that time change occurs.
For a good night's sleep, it's best to keep the room dark and avoid looking at devices. Blue light from screens can suppress melatonin, a hormone that promotes sleep. If you're still dragging in the morning, sunshine and caffeine may help.
We tell people to expose themselves to bright light in the morning. Sunlight is a great thing. If they're feeling sluggish, caffeine is okay for that day, but not later during the day because that can then impair the sleep during the nighttime.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Well, Dr. Walia says it's important to remember that there is no substitute for sleep. Sleep deprivation can cause short-term impairments such as decreased concentration, lack of energy, and depressed mood. In the long term, lack of sleep can put us at risk for high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Well, there is an exciting event that mixes music and pageantry, and it's coming to Las Vegas. Brad Francis tells us more.
Winter Guard International, or WGI, is the world's premier organization producing indoor color guard, percussion, and wind ensemble competitions, and the organization is bringing its West Power Regional to Thomas & Mack Center March 14th and 15th. The event brings together premier color guard ensembles in the region to compete for top honors. Several Las Vegas high schools will be competing this year, as well as a group from the University of Nevada, Reno. WGI centers on providing a venue for young people to pursue excellence in both performance and competition through nationwide indoor color guard, percussion, and winds competitive events. Winter Guard International is called the Sport of the Arts because it brings music to life through performance in a competitive format. This year, there will be more than 30,000 participants at the regional level and more than 15,000 participants at the WGI World Championships in April. You can purchase tickets for the West Power Regional and see a full list of participating groups and the competition schedule by going online to WGI.org.
Well, if you are in the market for a new computer, you'll want to choose the type that works the best for you. In today's Great Computer Deals Tech Tip, Josh Osborne looks at the pros and cons of buying a laptop.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrumps' own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. What do I buy, a desktop, laptop, or a tablet? Here are the top reasons for and against buying a laptop. Laptops are extremely portable and great when you need to take your computing needs on the go. Modern laptops have gotten much lighter, thinner, and offer the same computing power of a desktop and a much more convenient package. But laptops can cost more, be much more expensive to upgrade, and many offer limitations on how far you can update the hardware. Laptops are also much more prone to drops, spills, and damage due to their portable nature. Remember, it's about your needs. If a laptop works for you, that's the right answer. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a look outside on that weather cam to see what's happening. Got some clouds rolling in. We're going to find out what's in store for our weather right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donohue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 76 degrees, a low of 53, 86 with a low of 57 in Death Valley, 77 a low of 46 in Amargosa, 72-43 in Beatty, 68-33 in Goldfield, 65 also the low of 33 in Tonopah, 69-38 in Carson City, 74-34 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 71, their low is 37 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw mostly sunny skies. Our high today was 77 degrees. Winds coming out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Our humidity at 15% and 6:07 a.m. for our sunrise. Now tonight we're seeing some partly cloudy skies. Our low is going to be 50 degrees. It is 73 outside currently with winds coming out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Humidity at 30% and our sunset expected around 5:43 p.m. Now looking ahead to our 7-day, we're still seeing all those clouds going all through next Wednesday. That wind's still pretty high, up to 13 miles per hour Friday, Sunday, and Monday, and up to 18 miles per hour on Saturday. Now Tuesday and Wednesday, we still do have that 40% chance of rain, but after that on Thursday, we're expecting that sun to come right back. For our temperatures on Friday, we're going to be seeing a high of 78 degrees. We're going to be seeing about those 60s between 64 and 67 degrees Saturday through Monday, down to 58 on Tuesday, 64 on Wednesday, and back up to a high of 71 by next Thursday. Our overnights, we're pretty much seeing the same pattern we've been seeing all week. We're going to be seeing those lows just around 44 to 48 degrees, with the exception of Friday and Monday, where we're going to be seeing lows of 52 and 50 degrees. And so now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. From all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.